American Papa Any War Rukwa de Congress takes swipe at center over Trump's remarks, with US President Donald Trump reiterating his claims of brokering a ceasefire between India and Pakistan. The Congress on Wednesday asked what do the typically loquacious Prime Minister Narendra Modi and External Affairs Minister S.J. Shankar have to say about this revelation, and did they mortgage India's security interests in the face of US pressure. Speaking in Saudi Arabia on Tuesday, Trump once again claimed his administration successfully brokered a historic ceasefire to stop the escalating violence between India and Pakistan. Congress General Secretary in charge Communications Jairam Ramesh said, "A few days ago we learned of the ceasefire with Pakistan from the President of the United States. Now, at a public event in Saudi Arabia yesterday, the President reveals that he may have coerced and blackmailed India into the ceasefire using the Karo-10 stick of sanctions and trade deals." What do the typically loquacious PM and EAM have to say about this revelation? Did they mortgage India's security interests in the face of US pressure? Ramesh said on X. Ameriki Papa Any War Rukwa Dikia. He added, the Congress was taking a swipe at the BJP for an advertisement it had put out last year claiming that PM Modi had stopped the Russia-Ukraine war. The advertisement showed a female student stranded in a foreign country, who meets her parents outside the airport, and says main kaha thana. Kaisai pai situation ho, Modi ji humain gar le ianj. War Rukwa de Papa or Fir Hamari Bus Nikolai Papa. I had told you, whatever the situation, Modi will bring us home. He stopped the war. Congress on Tuesday night had said Trump was not only hyphenating the two countries but also comparing Prime Minister Modi with his Pakistani counterpart Shehbaz Sharif. The Congress Media and Publicity Department head Paywankra shared the clip of Trump's latest comments during the event in Saudi Arabia. US President says it again, I used trade to make a deal between them, and they agreed. Not only is Donald Trump hyphenating India with Pakistan, he is comparing Prime Minister Modi with Shehbaz Sharif, he said in the caption. He asked if such a comparison was acceptable to the PMO. In his remarks at the Saudi-US Investment Forum in Riyadh, Trump said, as I said in my inaugural address, my greatest hope is to be a peacemaker and to be a unifier. I don't like war. We have the greatest military, by the way, in the history of the world. Just days ago, my administration successfully brokered a historic ceasefire to stop the escalating violence between India and Pakistan, claimed Trump, who is in Saudi Arabia on the first leg of his 4-day trip to the Gulf region. And I used trade to a large extent to do it. And I said, fellows, come on. Let's make a deal. Let's do some trading, Trump said to applause from the high-level audience, which included billionaire Elon Musk. Let's not trade nuclear missiles. Let's trade the things that you make so beautifully. And they both have very powerful leaders, very strong leaders, good leaders, smart leaders. And it all stopped. Hopefully, it'll remain that way, but it all stopped, Trump said. A day earlier, Trump had claimed that his administration stopped a nuclear conflict between India and Pakistan, telling the South Asian neighbors that America would do a lot of trade with them if they ended hostilities. India and Pakistan reached an understanding on May 10 to end the conflict after 4 days of intense cross-border drone and missile strikes. Indian government sources in New Delhi have maintained the Directors General of Military Operations DGMOs of India and Pakistan reached an understanding to stop all firings and military actions on land, air, and sea, and that no third party was involved. Trump had announced India and Pakistan agreed to a full and immediate ceasefire and claimed that it happened after a long night of talks mediated by the United States. India maintains the Kashmir issue to be a bilateral matter and that there is no space for any third party. Swipe left for next video. It asserts that the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir and the Union Territory of Ladakh are and will always be integral and inalienable parts of India. Latest blogs